Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is time for the weekly chart breakdown. So I'd say let's get right into it after the intro. Alright, so we are on the charts. As always, we start off on GBPJPY. And we start off in the weekly time frame. So last week we had a huge bearish momentum candle here, as you can see, and I was waiting for a retest of this zone right here because it acted as resistance previously and also as support. So I was waiting for price to stay below here to look to short back down, or I was waiting for a retest into this support area right here of indecision to then look to sell. So let's see what actually happened. So we go down to the daily time frame, and here we had a beautiful break and retest down into this zone. So this could have been a nice sell down. Also on the 4-hour time frame, yeah, so here happened the retest. You could have sold here short term for a few pips. Let me see how much. Yeah, like roughly 375 pips you could have sold here. Afterwards we had like a break of this resistance zone here above. So what I was waiting here was for a retest of the previous resistance to hold as support. So I was actually waiting for a break, a retest into this zone to then look to buy short term up to here, but we never got that retest. So then I was waiting for price to come into the other support area, which would be here, like this whole zone here. And once price reached and closed on a daily candle and a huge Maribozu bullish candle, I was not really looking for sales, honestly. What I was waiting for was a break above, a retest of this zone to hold the support, and then to look to buy up. So that's exactly what I did. We did have a beautiful break and retest right here. So here we had the break, the retest, and then another push upwards. So that is the trade that I actually caught. So for the following week, what I'm expecting is we did close, like we have this huge wick to the downside. So there is a lot of buying volume here, and we did close above this previous resistance zone. We did also close above this line right here. So what I'm waiting for right now is for another type of retest on a daily time frame, for price to come back down into this zone to hold a support and then look to buy up here, or maybe even further into this area here. That of course if only this area holds as support. But as of right now, I'm kind of like bullish BS right now, since there is a lot of bullish volume. If that should not happen and if it should continue coming back down, I will wait for a retest of this zone here to act as a resistance and then look to sell down into this zone. And then from here on, I would be interested in buys again to maybe up into this level here. So we'll see how this plays out, but that is my BS for now. Wait for the retest of the support. If it holds, look to buy. If it breaks, wait for the retest down and then look to sell short term. So now we are on GBPUSD. We are still in a bearish trend, very much bearish volume. The weekly candle, just like on DJ, closed very bearish and engulfing. So what I was waiting for was a break below this support, retest, and then look to sell down. And let's see what actually happened. So we're on the daily time frame, and we did have the retest of this zone and then a sell down. And let's see on the 4-hour. Yeah, so here's like the beautiful example that I had. So I was waiting for price to come into this area to look for retest and then look to sell down. And here, similar to GJ, we did have a sell zone here all the way down to here. So that would have been like about 330 pips, which is great. And then same thing as on GJ, we did have resistance here. We broke above. We never got the retest of this zone, but we did come back into this area of resistance and support right here. So what we could expect right now is for price to continue even lower, come back into this zone, and then maybe look to buy up, and that would be a change of trend. Or we could see another break above this resistance zone here, then wait for a retest, and I look to continue to buy up. I will only be looking for sells like if we break below this yellow line here, like if we break below this line, then I would wait for retest and then look to sell down. Let me show that to you. So I would wait for break, a retest, and I look to sell short term here. But in this zone here, I will be cautious to actually sell or keep selling. So from this level on, I would look for buys definitely, and up, because I do think that GU is going to recover now a little, but we'll see. If we do not hold here as support, then of course what we will wait is for a break, a retest, and then look to sell into the next zone, which is actually very simple. So I just trade off support and resistance on higher time frames. And yeah, that's my BS on GU. So break, sell from this zone if it doesn't break, and buy if we do break above, wait for a retest, and look to buy it up to this zone here. And now we are on the last pair, which is gold. So gold is still on a strong bearish trend right now. We did have the break below this weekly support. We did have the retest of this zone, and the weekly candle did not close like bullish engulfing, nothing. So we still have a lot of bearish momentum. And then we go down to the daily time frame. So what I predicted was for a break below the support here for a retest and then look to sell down, or for a retest of this consolidation resistance zone here. And actually both trades played out. So your first entry could have been this break below here, the 4-hour candle close below, wait for the retest, and then look to sell down here, which would have been, yeah, so like roughly also 300 points. So that would have been a great trade. Or what I was also waiting for was a retest of this zone here, because as you can see here, it was support, we broke it, retested it, so it wasn't resistance. So what you could have done is just take a short-term sell here on this zone. Now here, I would have been cautious, of course, with continuing to sell, because here was previous resistance, we broke above, we broke structure, now this held as support. So what you could have been looking for on this zone is, of course, for buys into at least this zone here, or maybe even held into this area of consolidation. So overall, my BS right now is still bearish, just because look at this weekly, this daily candle. It just closed like in a super huge wick to the upside and then in a doji. So what we could see from now on is like a rather big push into this zone again, maybe to then continue bullish like from here into this zone. Or if not, if we break below, of course I'll wait for the retest of this resistance and then look to continue to sell back down. So that is my BS on gold right now, but my predictions from last week did play out very well on this pair. So if you watched last week's prediction, you could have caught some pips over here. Also on the other trades, actually, like on the other pairs too. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the breakdown, guys. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for supporting. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for weekly chart updates and for other cool stuff. So stay tuned and see you on the next one. Peace.